Today's lesson is on dividing decimals by whole numbers. After today, you will be able to fluently divide multi-digit numbers and decimals using the standard algorithm. First, we're going to look at our key idea for dividing decimals by whole numbers. Place the decimal point in the quotient above the decimal point in the dividend. Then divide as you would with whole numbers. For our first example, we're dividing decimals by whole numbers. For A, we're going to find 7 6/10 divided by 4. If we estimate this, this would be about 8 divided by 4, which equals 2. Now if we're going to divide 7 6/10 by 4, the first thing we can do is we can bring our decimal point and put it straight above in the answer. Then we're going to divide. So 4 goes into 7 one time, and 1 times 4 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3, and then we bring down our 6. So now 4 goes into 36 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36, and when we subtract we get 0. So our answer is 1 9/10, and 1 9/10 is close to 2, so this is reasonable. For B, we're going to find 31 75/100 divided by 5. If we estimate this, we can say that we have about 30 divided by 5, which equals 6. Now we can go ahead and divide 31 75/100 divided by 5. We'll put our decimal point straight above, and then we can divide. 5 goes into 31 6 times, and 6 times 5 is 30. When I subtract, I get 1, and then I bring down my 7. 5 goes into 17 3 times, and 3 times 5 is 15. When I subtract, I'll get 2, and then I bring down my 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times, and 5 times 5 is 25, and when I subtract, I get 0. So my answer is 6 35/100, and that is close to our estimate, which was 6. Now we have an additional example. You can pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. We are going to divide, and we want to use estimation to check our answer. So our problem is 22 2/10 divided by 6. When working out this problem, the first thing we can do is bring our decimal and put it straight above in our answer. Then we can divide. 6 will not go into 2, so we're going to have to put 6 into 22. 6 goes into 22 3 times, and 3 times 6 is 18. Now I'm going to subtract. I can't do 2 minus 8, so I need to borrow. So this 2 will become a 1, and this 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. Now I'm going to bring down my 2. 6 goes into 42 7 times, and 7 times 6 is 42. I can subtract, and I will get 0. So my answer is 3 7/10. Now if I want to estimate, I can say that this would be about 24 divided by 6, which equals 4. And my answer, which was 3 7/10, is close to 4, so this is reasonable. For our second example, we're inserting a 0 in the dividend. We're going to find 4 38/100 divided by 12. The first thing I can do is place my decimal. So the decimal in the problem, we're going to go straight above for our answer, and we're going to write our decimal. Now we can divide. 12 cannot go into 4, so we're going to put a 0 above the 4. So I need to go ahead and see how many times 12 can go into 43. And 12 goes into 43 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36. When we subtract, we get 7. And then we're going to bring down our 8. 12 goes into 78 6 times. 6 times 12 is 72. When we subtract, we're going to get 6. Since we didn't get 0, we need to add a 0 and bring that 0 down so we can continue to divide. So now we're going to have 7 times 12 can go into 60, and that would be 5 times. 5 times 12 is 60. When we subtract, we get 0, so we are finished with this problem. So our answer is 0 and 365 thousandths. Now we have an additional example. You can pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. We're going to evaluate the expression. So we're going to divide 6 and 2/10 divided by 4. The first thing we can do is we can place our decimal point right above for our answer. Now we can divide. We want to see sometimes 4 can go into 6, and 4 goes into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Now I need to subtract, and we get 2. Then I will bring down my next number, which is a 2. And I'm going to see sometimes 4 can go into 22. 4 goes into 22 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. We're going to go ahead and subtract, and we're going to get 2. We have nothing left to bring down, but we're not left with 0. So we need to add a 0 to our problem, and then bring that 0 straight down. Now we're going to see how many times 4 can go into 20, and 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Now we can subtract, and we get 0. So we are now finished with this problem. So our answer is 1 and 55 hundredths. Don't forget to fill out your notes, and remember you can watch the video again if needed.